Hey guys, today we're going to talk about Oracle Maiden Lunafreya. We're going to talk about her normal form, her braveshift form, her sample rotations, builds. I'm going to do a summary at the end. Also, we're going to talk about her comparisons with other Evoke magic damage healers, her damage in the meta, and if you should pull for her. Alright, so let's go. Alright, so her Trust Mastery reward is for the King. Magic 40 and parameters with getting Esper by 50%. Budget version of Originator of the Final Summoning from Unalaska, like a really budget version. It's missing Evo Mag and Evoke damage. It's not a great materia, but it can be useful in proccing her Trust passive. Her Trust passive is LB damage and 50% more Esper. Super Trust Mastery reward is a Trident of the Oracle FF15. It has 178 mag, 120 spirit. Activate Descendant of the Oracle. It boosts evocation damage by 50%. So it's the only rod that has evoke damage passive. It won't be BIS for Lunafreya since she prefers to equip 2 of her chronicle weapons. So she won't really want. She doesn't really want to equip this. If you have 2 of her chronicle weapons farmed up. NV Terra would want this since she is a bit low on evoke damage. Lunafreya can still equip this while you farm for her chronicle weapon. It is also useful in proccing her Trust passive of LB damage per stats. Her vision card is called Duty as the Oracle. At level 10 it gives 100 mag. Level 4 and level 10 bonus stats are mag by 30, so that's 60% all in all. And at level 10, it boosts parameters of Esper's evoke by 30%, so that's female unit only. Alright, so this is another vision card for evoke damage healers. The level 10 ability gives Evo Mag. So the earlier evoke vision cards gave evoke damage, if you take note of that. The mag bonuses are unconditional as opposed to the other ones. They are conditional to swords, so it's slightly better. Once again, the level 10 ability is locked to female units only, but that's not really an issue since most evoke damage healers are females except for Infernal Fire Rain and in the future Envy the Verdi. It can also be used on magic damage healers if you want the 30% magic bonus and also the flat magic. So Envy Faris would love this since she wants Evo Mag, and her vision card doesn't really provide that. It provides evoke damage.
This video is sponsored by Amazon Coins. Get 10,000 Amazon Coins for $80 instead of $100. That's a savings of 20%. You can use the Amazon coins to buy Lapis for FFBE. I placed a link in the description below. Check it out after you watch the video.
Alright, so her normal form, here are the base stats. At EX1, she has 297 mag. EX3, 377. And she has a lot of element resistances, which is a good thing. If you want to bring her in Dark Visions, you need at least 20 to 30 resistance. So she has 30 for ice, lightning, earth, and 50 for water. And she also is completely immune to confuse, paralyze, and petrify, which is good. She can equip staves, rods, spears, and instruments. And she can also equip light shields, clothes, hats, and robes. She can cast level 8 black magic and level 7 white magic. So she doesn't have true Braveshift, or she does have the ability to Braveshift from turn 1. The duration is 2 turns, kind of like NV Terra. Cooldown to normal is 2 turns, and then cooldown to Braveshift 3 turns. Alright, so Lunafreya is a magic damage healer in normal form. She has a wide range of elements to choose from: fire, ice, thunder, water, and light. Her best element is, of course, water and light as well. He has Bolting Strike Chains and Chaos Wave Awaken. Chaos Waves is water magic damage, Chaos Wave Awaken Chain. Light of Virtue is light, 65 to all enemies. It also decreases light resistance 120. It's bolting strike. And then Torrent of Purity. This is limited use, 5 uses per battles, unique selection and multicast. This does 100 water magic damage to one enemy and also decreases the water resistance 120. And it is Chaos Wave Awake. Dawn of Purity is the light version of Torrent of Purity. So usually you unlock her on Quadcast, cast Furious Waves, and then finish it with Torrent of Purity. Right, she also has access to Quadcast via cooldown and triple black magic. So black magic doesn't do as much damage as main skill. So triple black magic, triple oracle or quadruple oracle. She can cast 3 or 4 times all her skills. Star of Grace is her cooldown ability, which unlocks her Quadcast. It also increases her magic by 300%. She has passive access. She already has access to Blizzaga, Thandaga, and Faraga, which are Ice, Lightning, and Fire CWA skills. She can boost the party's slight damage using her LB, similar to Shoreline, Daisy, and Fina. The light resistance debuff is higher, however. So Shoreline, Daisy, and Fina's was 100%. So Blessing of the Colossal Gods is her LB at max, 27 hits. Not sure what that chains with yet. It costs 50 LB. Light magic damage 60 to all enemies. Decreased light 120. And increased light physical and magic damage 25 for 4 turns to all allies. So if you have a light team, you can also bring DB Noctis. You can make them as a core unit, so you can have light damage amplification. You can also bring NV Nyx, since he has area effect for increasing light damage. Alright, so here are her passives for normal form. By the way, she autocasts Pride of the Oracle. She increases evocation gauge by 10 at the start of turn, kind of like NV Terra. So her offensive stats are 60% evoke damage. In normal form, she doesn't really need that. But she carries that over to her Bracer form. She has 100% chain modifier cap. So if you notice, she doesn't have the 200%. So you still need to equip Save Your Soul's Lightning STMR for capping that. She already has innate dual wield and 100% equipment mag when dual wielding. So you only need 100 more. Two Raven Hearts will do that, or 2 Regis Poncho, or a combination of both. 300% equipment mag when single wielding, so that's quite high. You only need 100%. So Sarah's SEMR would cap that. Chanting Archer. 50% LB damage Trust passive. Alright, so you need her SEMR or TMR for that. And also for the 50% Esper bonus stat. She has 180 mag passive, so you only need 220 more to cap that. And 150 Magic Dragon and Akron Killer passive. Her defensive stats are kind of low, but you're not really using her for tanking or anything. 50% HP, 50% Spirit, and 20% defense passive. She also has 10% MP refresh, which is kind of high, and LB gauge fill rate 150%. Alright, so we're going to talk about her evocation bonuses. So she can evoke any Esper equipped in the party. When evoking Shiva, Ramu, and Titan, she can apply an area effect that increases ice magic damage, lightning, and earth magic damage respectively. So if you're going to build an ice team, ice magic team, you could bring Lunafreya. Same with lightning magic and earth magic. So how do we build her normal form? Lunafreya can be built with Magic True Dual Wield or Magic True Double Hand, depending on your equipment pool. Here is a sample TDH build. So that weapon there is her Chronicle weapon. We equip Art's Hat, Air's Clothes, Sorcerer's Choker, Cursed Doll, Indestructible Light to cap her chain modifier. Originator of the Final Summoning for 80 for the mag bonus gifted Sorcerer's Knowledge. We equip her Vision card, Demon Who Learned Humanity from Ibarra and Bahamut. Alright, so here is Magic Dual Wield build. We equip 2 of her Chronicle weapons and Rabbit Dancer's Clothing, Ravenheart to cap out her Magic Dual Wield. And Crystal Wings that transcend time will add a further 50% true dual wield. Destructible Light again, and same vision card. Alright, so normal for weaknesses is she doesn't have 200% chain cap modifier. And she has a lot of elements to choose from, but only her light and water skills have high mods. Alright, so we're going to talk about her Brazier form. Brazier form doesn't differ much except for her base stats. She has more base mag in Brazier form than in her normal form. At EX3, she gets 410 base mag if he can be potted to 65 and door potted to 32. Alright, so Lunafreya turns into water-based Evoke Magic Damage Healer after Brave Shifting. She hits really hard with her LB after buffing it with her Magnus ability. She can also increase the party's water damage via her LB area effect. So Gintana's Aid is her Magnus ability, only 2 uses per battle. It increases LB damage to 50 for 2 turns, so similar to NV Terra's LB buff. It fully fills up her LB gauge 50 to caster. Messenger's Aid is what you're going to use if you run out of uses for Gintana's Aid. This increases LB damage 150, so 100% less, and increases LB gauge 20 to caster. So you need to cast it at least 3 times to fill her LB gauge. And then her LB is called the Power of the Hydraean. Max 1 hit, so it's a finisher skill, 50 LB. Water evoke damage 80 to 1 enemy. Enable area effect, increase water magic, and 25% for 3 turns to enemy. And note that this doesn't affect her evoke skills. Alright, so this just affects your other water magic damage heal. Alright, so Lunafreya also excels at lightning based evoke magic damage chaining. So compared to her base form, which can do water and light, her Brazier form can do water and lightning. You can quadcast it by using her cooldown ability in normal form. So Start of Grace, if you remember, can unlock her quadcast. So use this first and then shift and use Judgment of the Fulgarian. Lightning evoke damage 65 to 1 enemy. So this doesn't factor in killers, but it does factor in evoke damage and evo mag. So this can be useful when farming her Leviathan Chronicle battle, since Leviathan is weak to lightning, right? She also has a few utility skills, mostly for increasing her water damage output. So Water Blessing gives her 300% mag, increases water and magic physical damage. So that is part of her rotation, so we can increase her water damage output. Benevolence of the Hydraean recovers MP to all allies and increases water resistance to 130. And Pure Erosion is her 120 water resistance debuff. She boasts better passives in her BS form, such as increased LB damage, magic, and evil. So it's kind of similar to her normal form passives, but she does gain 240 Evo mag, so she wouldn't need more Evo mag to cap that. She really needs evoke damage passives. She still has 100 chain modifier cap, so not perfect. Alright, so she gains 50% more LB damage and 100% Esper bonus stats, so that's 150 with her Trespassive procced. And she gains 20% more mags, so up to 200% mag. And then defensive stats remain the same. Alright, so how do we build her Brazier form? We focus on building her 2 Chronicle weapons. So she will be Magic True Dual wielding. You can equip 2 Raven Hearts or Frecia's Ponchos. You can just mix and match them if you don't have 2 copies. Faris' vision card, so she can have some evoke damage since it gives evoke damage, but you won't have the benefit of the mag bonuses because they are only proc when equipped with swords. And then Indestructible Light to max out her chain modifier cap. And then Bahamut 3-star edges out Anima with the 5% LP boost since Bahamut gives a lot of stats. And you can take advantage of Lunafreya's Esper bonus stats passive. We equip For the King to proc her LB. You can replace that with Sora's STMR if you want, if you have it. Minister's Coat for the high flat mag, and eventually Minister's Coat will get an upgrade where it gives 50% LB damage, so it'll be better on her. Radius Headband for the usual evoke stats, Originator of the Final Summoning, and Duty to the World. Alright, so here is a sample rotation for turn 12. So turn 1, Water Blessing, Gintana's Aid, Torrent of Purity. So that increases her water, amps her water damage, fills her LB gauge, buffer LB, and Peril's water. And then turn 2, you can immediately fire off her LB. It'll hit really hard at those stats. You can still increase the damage or the modifier by increasing her evoke damage, capping out her Evo mag, and increasing her LB damage passive by equipment. And then she will be forced back to normal form on turn 2. So you use Star of Grace to unlock her quadcast, and just cast 2 Purest Waves to do a bit of damage. Turn 4 and 5, we do the Purest Waves triple cast and Torrent of Purity to finish out that chain. And then turn 6, you can Brave Shift again. Do the same rotation again, and then at turn 11, we can do Water Blessing and Messenger's Aid times 3. So Messenger's Aid is her 150 LB damage buff and 20 LB fill per cast. So we can Water Blessing and then fill her LB gauge again. And then turn 12, we can use her LB again, albeit at a lower modifier because we only get 150 active buff. So you can burst turn 2, turn 7, and then turn 12. So essentially after every 5 turns. Right? So she can actually sustain all her damage. She has a way to fill her own LB gauge. So that's really good after you use the two casts of Gintana's Aid. She can still fill her LB gauge, as opposed to other compared to Terra, who needs external support. Alright, so weaknesses, same as her normal form. Instead of equipping Indestructible Light, if you don't have that, you can just put more LB damage equipment in the slot. And then let's compare her to other evoke damage healers or evokers. So Lunafreya, Faris, and Terra, the 3 major evokers. You can also put Bahamut Fina there or Infernal Fire Rain, but they have lower stats. Chain modifier cap for Lunafreya is 100. She has the least amount of chain modifier cap among 3. LB passive is also the least one. Faris has the highest one at 100. Active LB buff, they're all equal there. Evo mag, she has equal Evo mag to Neo Vision Terra. Faris has the lowest one. Evoke damage, she and Terra has the lowest one. Faris NB has the highest one at 180. Element, she doesn't overlap any elements with the other evokers. So water and lightning, wind for Faris, and fire for Terra. Terra overlaps with Infernal Fire Rain. And then Faris Envy overlaps with same Wolf Edel Brave Shift form. Then her max base mag is 507, kind of on par with Terra Neo Vision. And Faris has the highest one. So compared to other evokers, Lunafreya has lower chain cap mod and LB damage passive. So you might think she might be the worst Evoker. However, if you farm 2 of her Chronicle weapons, it will give her 100% LB damage. So that's 150% LB damage. 1,500 static mag, so that gives her a lot of magic here. But that's not affected by equipment bonuses, by the way. So you put it on top of the... after you calculate everything. 100% Esper bonus, so more reason to equip Bahamut 3-star. And 100% evoke damage, so that will make her evoke damage 160. Alright, you only need a few more equipment to cap that evoke damage. Alright, so here's a damage comparison using Furcula's spreadsheet. She actually tops the chart for magic damage dealers at 3 trillion damage burst. So the assumption here is she has the 300% LB buff from Envy Zidane, right? So everybody here has 300% LB buff. Alright, so she will do 512 billion damage in normal setups. That means she's only equipped with TMRs. STMR build will do 900 billion damage, and STMR burst will do 3 trillion damage. So she does a lot of more damage than Terra and Faris. Alright, so that's it. So one reason to pull for her, she tops the damage charts. Alright, so best companions for Lunafreya. Number 1, Elric Brothers. They are unreleased from collaboration in JP. Their BS form can tag chain attack, so they have non-LB tag chain attack, and they can imbue water, so they can just make a water chain for Envy Lunafreya and she can tap it. However, they might be not perfect for a magic team because they are physical damage healers. Number 2, Folka and Citra New Vision. They can grant water chaining to all allies, so any ally can, even supports and tanks, can build a chain for Lunafreya to cap. They can also use light-based CWA chains and BS form to chain with Lunafreya's light-based CWA skills in Graveshare form. Tidus reworked or unreleased. Tidus or OG Tidus will get a rework, but he is still unreleased in global. He can buff the party's water damage by 25, both physical and magic damage. So his water amp is 10% higher than Lunafreya, so she can still benefit from it. He can also imbue water to the party. And then lastly is Saver Soul's Lightning. She has 90% Spirit Break, so highest in the game. Lunafreya can benefit from that. So the only external help she needs is a water chain to cap and a Spirit Break. She can also LB fill by countering in her normal form. Alright, so summary. Normal form for Lunafreya, she's a magic damage dealer that can quadcast. She has light and water magic as main elements. She's really good for aquatic and dragon killing. She can amp light, physical, and magic damage, area effect. Oh, is it area effect? I think it's just normal effect, right? Not area effect. Sorry about that. 5 is ice, lightning, and earth magic damage, amp, area effect. Alright. And then Braveshare form, she is a water-based evoke magic damage dealer. She can water LB finish and lightning evoke chainer. 3 is AoE water resistance buff of 130. That's quite high. 4 is water, physical, and magic damage amp, area effect via her LB. And 5, she still has the ability to amp magic damage, ice, lightning, and earth area effect. So her TMR is good on her for proccing LB damage, otherwise it's kinda mediocre. Number 4, STMR is good on Envy Terra for evoke damage, and it's a rod, so it'll benefit from Rod and Peril. And then Vision card, good on Envy Faris since she wants Evo Max. Alright, so should you pull? Absolutely yes. Do not miss out on Envy Lunafreya. She's absolutely the best for now. And then what's next? Envy Arden could be in the next banner, since he was part of CB Noctis's original banner. We could also get Full Metal Alchemist collaboration. There are. It was announced that the global original unit or family unit, the Buffer Critica, or I forgot her name, his or her name. She or he will be released on May, so that could still also be a banner on May. And then Coral, he could also get a banner on May. And then NB Zidane and NB VV could also get a banner. So those are the units that might be coming up next to save up your lapis for. I will personally be saving for NV Zidane after Lunafreya. Alright guys, thanks. Hope this was helpful. Hope this helped you make a decision on whether or not to pull for Lunafreya if you haven't decided already. If this was helpful to you guys, let me know in the comments. Also, don't forget to subscribe and like the video and maybe share it. Thank you for the support. If you want to support further, if you already subscribed to the channel, if you want to support further, you can also join the channel membership. By joining it, you will support me financially every month, and in exchange, you can have access to limited emotes that you can use when I stream or when you comment on my videos. You can also have a badge next to your username, depending on the amount of months you are a member of the channel. Alright guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you again in the... Bye-bye.